Last time on Cursebreaker, we had to say farewell to Tildry and continue our strange journey back toward Lamplight. Let me tell you something, traveling is a whole lot easier and more exciting when you're cooking with portals. Holly ripped us a quick one and we got there in a jiff, or is it gif? We spent some time going over the estate of Veronica Venus before meeting up with Dave and Emery in the Underdock. Now below the docks of Lamplight in a wet, stony grotto, we confront Buster, the beetle-cursed minotaur. The five of you had just entered this grotto, where Buster is being held behind a sort of force field that Rin Halo is projecting. You had all just tagged out with Dave, who had been there practically all night trying to reason with Buster. Todd Pole just brought back sandwiches for everybody.
Woo, Todd!
But you had all just stepped into the other side of that force field, and it was closed behind you after Dave had poured all of his emotion into that tankard and left it with Uli. The shield spell goes back up, the cave is sealed off, and the five of you can hear something moving deeper in the grotto. This area is like huge and cavernous. It's probably the largest area of this cave you've seen so far. The entrance was actually quite tight in comparison. There's stone columns everywhere that kind of block your vision. They make the ground kind of treacherous with all these little stalagmites coming up from the ground. You can also see that there's water everywhere in here and flooding into little pools. Some of them are actually a few feet deep, you realize. So it's pretty unsteady and untrustworthy ground. You can also hear slapping water every now and then as the shore kind of rolls against this place. You see something gold glint deep in the cavern.
Is it beetle gold?
Probably.
Is that Buster up there?
I have a feeling, yes.
Who wants to go first?
That would be me, I think.
Yeah, I do not know Buster very well.
Oli pushes up her sleeves, cracks her neck, and casts Blade Ward on herself.
Because she's strong and confident and
Yeah.
doesn't need help.
Uli begins to make her way between these stone pillars, moving closer towards that gold flash. When you get about halfway there, Uli, I need you to make a perception check.
17.
Okay. You notice a couple things on your way up there. There's a lot of like ocean debris in here. There's like starfish and like clumps of seaweed. There's also it's like there's like 100 spears that have been bundled together and anchored. It looks like somebody's like smuggling weapons through here. And like this was the drop location, and so they literally anchored them to stay here until somebody collects them. You're also seeing a lot of very large crabs. They're like 2 feet tall, just like long spidery legs.
Are any of the spears loose?
Yeah, you could like pull them out of the bundle if you needed to.
I want one.
Okay. Yeah, you all hear like the clacking of a stick as Uli draws out a spear. It seems like they've been here a while. They're not in perfect shape, but they're serviceable.
Are they like
A little slimy.
a little slimy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ew.
When you get a little bit closer to Buster, I need you to make a, let's call it a wisdom save.
Okay.
This is against fear if you have anything that affects that.
I could rage and be immune to fear.
Or Tibio mode.
Oh. How long do the patches last?
Just whichever one you choose to have on, but it's a bonus action to change the patches. But they last indefinitely, and you can you have one active at a time
Awesome.
because you choose who to look like.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, so how I imagine it is that they're all like stuck on, but I have a Velcro patch at the front pocket, and I just like put one in place. They're interchangeable, so I'm gonna pull off the Tibio one.
Yeah, you slap that in the middle of your overalls, and you can all see Uli change just a little bit. Her overalls go black, and her hair goes black. But you all hear the loudest thundering clapping noise that echoes throughout this place, and it is painful on your ears. All of you are deafened for the next minute.
Ooh.
Uli, you can just barely see this flickering as you can see Buster at the end of this cavern. He is massive and he is made of solid gold, and he is flapping his beetle shell open and closed, and it's creating this like thunderous boom, and you can see like it's destroying the ground around him.
I thought they would have mentioned the noise.
What?
The noise?
It's
What?
very loud.
Someone make it stop.
Are we deafened because he's making a loud noise?
Yeah.
Or is it ear ringing deafened?
Ear ringing at this point.
Okay.
Tibio,
Yes, Bert?
do you still have that ball I dropped?
You guys cannot intimate spoken language to each other.
I'm making the ball shape with my hands.
I hold up the mirror ball.
No, different ball.
Are you... What, do you want this?
I dropped it in Big Tower.
He's looking for something very dull.
I don't know.
Balls. Shish.
I look in my pack and I find the bismite and I hold that up.
Nope.
And then I dig in my pack again and I hold up the nesting doll.
Nope.
And then I dig in my pack again and I hold up the sphere of silence? Silence?
Yeah, that one.
Tibio, you hear in your head, yeah, that one, as Bert uses the telepathy tea to speak into your mind.
Oh.
You're all still connected from drinking tea together in the last episode.
It was so loud in my brain that I forgot.
Okay, yes. I don't know how to use it. Do I just throw it?
You throw it, and it's got to break, and you just got to throw it better than I do.
You can do that. No problem.
I am going to throw the sphere of silence at the Beetleborg.
I'll give you guidance. To the D4.
Cool. Am I rolling D20 adding...
Yeah, it'd be a ranged attack using your dexterity.
Okay. Does anything else get added? I have Jack of all trades.
Oh, you should get that then.
And that adds half your skill.
Half my
Half your
proficiency.
Oh, half your
Proficiency.
proficiency. Yeah,
Yeah.
add that in.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get that no matter
To things that I don't have
I
proficiency
see.
to already. 16, 17, 18, 19.
Okay. So, Uli, I think you see this little glint like fly over your shoulder past you and kind of race down the end of this hallway, and you see it shatter right in front of Buster. He turns black and white suddenly, and then you see this dull wave kind of roll out from Buster, and it establishes this giant circle around him where everything has gone black and white. It kind of lights everything up by a little bit to where you can just see the shape of everything really clearly, even better with your dark vision. But Buster's curse form is melting away rapidly. You can see he has this like giant horn in the center of his face. It's like a Hercules beetle instead of a regular minotaur. His regular horns have actually moved down his face to become large golden mandibles. But as this silence takes effect, the spirit is losing its grip on Buster. And you can see him start to revert his form as he is separating from the spirit.
Oh, is that supposed to happen?
This looks good. I think it's good. Is it good?
How do we keep it? How do we stop it from reasserting control?
Also, folks, I don't know how long this silent sphere is going to last. So Bert's going to reach in his pack and take out some good moss and stuff it in his ears.
Okay.
I suggest you all do the same.
We all just look at Bert like, okay, Bert.
I guess I'll do that.
Logistical question. The curse is pooling around Buster on the ground?
Yeah, it's kind of like made a ghostly copy of what Buster used, like his beetle form that is like standing beside him right now. And you can see that it's like suffering and struggling, and it's like trying to get back at Buster.
Okay.
Does Buster seem okay?
It's the first time in a while that he's been in his like regular form. It seems like this like demerger has taken a lot out of him. He looks completely lost. He's like on his knees, like staring around a dark chasm. He probably doesn't remember much from what's happened.
Can we attack the curse?
Let's attack the curse. I think
Sorry.
that is a good option.
It seems like a good time.
I would like to whisper it at or a message at Buster
Okay.
and tell him to like move away. I don't know if he'd be able to hear that in his head.
Yeah, he would hear it. Oh no, he can't. He's in the, he's in the silent zone.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so like magic cannot occur inside that circle.
So it's not a sphere of silence.
Silencing spells, right?
Yeah.
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 Sphere of
But also,
Non-magic.
anti-magic.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna do charades. Like, get out of there. We're going to kill it. Leave. Just go.
Uli points at the curse and draws a line across her neck and then points at Buster and tells him to get out of Dodge.
Okay, 2 words.
Hit the road.
So that means we can't cast into it?
Correct. Yeah, the magic will just sort of dissipate as soon as it hits that sphere.
Oh.
But it kind of exercised him, so that's good.
Yeah.
Give me a persuasion with disadvantage.
Okay. I might use my Bartspiration. 12? It's not good regardless.
Yeah, Buster stands up and looks at you and then looks at the curse thing. And I think he just picks up a rock and throws it right through the curse.
God, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, good try, buddy.
Can you refresh my memory on how the nesting doll works?
Yeah, so it's essentially a Pokeball. So you're going to throw it at a target to imprison them, essentially. And then they get a save based on how tough they are or like how beaten down they are.
Everyone, if we can manage to do some damage, maybe I can capture it. I know magic will not work in the sphere, but maybe this nesting doll that Marco gave me will.
How can we attack it? How can we do anything without magic?
Yeah, we're not the crowd for that.
Holly's like biting her nails, like, oh my God, no magic.
I know what to do, Tibio. Can I have the nesting doll?
Okay.
And I hand you the nesting
Yes. Snack's gonna run over to this sphere.
Okay. Yeah, when you step into that circle, Uli, you can see Snakk going black and white.
I'm just picturing the river town in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
Timeless
that's amazing.
River.
Timeless River.
When you said black and white, that's immediately like, oh,
Yeah.
he's Steamboat Willie.
Yes.
So Snakk, as you cross that threshold into this circle of silence, you feel a little clanging at your hip as Genie does his best to like rattle the lamp free as you cross over so that he stays on the outside of the circle. And then as you step in, you feel yourself change a little bit. You feel suddenly kind of like shaky and hungry and weak, and you realize that you've lost your connection to the gold dragon.
Just now?
Yeah, as you stepped over the threshold.
Time for that later. Okay, Buster!
You can't yell his name inside a sphere of silence.
True.
Snack tries.
Yeah. Yeah, you try to shout inside the sphere of silence, and of course, nothing comes out.
How does this work? Snack thinks to himself. Opens the nesting doll and attempts to make Buster go in it.
Okay. You get close to him, and he kind of like sits up on his knees a little bit, and for the time being, it seems he's trusting you because you're moving slowly. And when you get to him, you just press the nesting doll up against him, and he's just kind of looking at where you're pressing, and he's looking over at you.
It's magic.
Snack grabs him and tries to pull him out.
Especially in your weakened state, Buster just chooses not to move.
I let out a bit of fire breath to try to scare him.
Yeah. Yeah, you do see a little bit of fire develop, meaning that that's just an anatomical trick that you can do. But he kind of like shies away from that and then just gives you like the littlest push to get away from him.
I want to go to where the curse is
Okay.
and try and choke him out.
Okay. So you step into that circle as well. Uli,
No longer looks like Tivio, I assume.
true. It's also probably just like on top of the actual silence that's in here, there's a different kind of quiet that's going on inside you.
Like a peaceful quiet?
Please.
Do I feel nice?
Peaceful but powerless. You have the feeling of surrender.
So I don't feel like I could manipulate the curse.
No, not inside the sphere.
How close is the curse to the edge of the sphere?
Tibio had a pretty good throw, so they're both pretty much dead center.
Can I try like scooping it to the side of the sphere with the spear that I picked up?
I think the spear kind of passes right through it.
Okay.
You do notice, however, that in this space, the curse is like trying to move, but it's just sort of flickering around. It looks like it's like trapped in position.
Okay. Then I'm going to go up to Buster and kind of pull on him and gesture out.
Yeah, Buster stands a little bit. I need Snakk and Uli to make perception checks.
6.
7.
Terrible.
Okay.
They're
Continue
drained.
on. Yeah.
I try to help Uli like move Buster out.
Okay. Yeah, Buster's big and tough, but he's also pretty critically wounded. You can tell that he's got a sort of like gash over his left eye, that he's keeping his eye closed. You did notice that the beetle beforehand had a similar giant scar across its eye. He's more or less going along with you. He's walking with you as you push him. He seems to understand that you're not there to hurt him, although he doesn't seem to register who either of you are. However, when you exit the sphere, you realize there was a lot less distance to go this time than when you came into the sphere. As you cross over it, you notice the sphere is shrinking rapidly, and you can look behind you to see the curse is almost free at this point.
I'm going to prep Dissonant Whisper for when the curse is free.
Okay, so silence is no longer a thing in this room. You can all hear each other. The deafen effect has also worn off.
Is Snakk still pressing the doll to him?
I did want to try to do that.
Okay, yeah. So I think that's where we will start initiative.
Inishi.
Inishi.
Natural 20.
Holly got 7.
Birds of 5.
Tibio got 15.
16.
So Tib, I guess we'll have you go first.
So am I still going to get my normal turn after that then? Or is this...
In the initiative, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But this is before.
So is the curse emerged from the sphere now?
Yeah, we'll say it's just kind of breaking through.
Okay. As it emerges, I pull my lute off my back and I do a little discordant strum because I don't know very many chords, and I keep trying, but I can't quite get the fingering right. And I hum like a and cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
And that is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Ding, 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 ding.
That is a 4 in total.
Oh yeah, that's a big old fail. And that is 3d6 psychic damage, and it must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay.
It doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground. So 3d6. 15.
Wow.
Nice.
All 5s.
Yahtzee.
Cross that. My dang spell. Okay.
You can tell that music affects different spirits differently. Genie remains unaffected by music in any case. He's even hummed and sang on his own. He plays monastic music in his lamp sometimes.
It's just
Yeah. But it doesn't freeze the spirit in place like it would have done to Moja, and you've seen a couple times before. It is, however, super effective. You can see the curse just kind of rattle and hold its head, whatever kind of head it had, and it loses Buster's shape a little bit. So before it was like the exact Beetleborg shape, but now you can see that this spirit was originally just a beetle. A large one, but a beetle.
Gross.
It looks, it kind of like falls onto its big 6 legs. It stands about 4 feet tall, and it's just kind of crawling around, but it looks rather aimless and non-malicious.
The fuck?
Well, good start to combat.
Is it like a spiritual form or corporeal?
It's a spirit.
Okay.
That's a good word.
All right, so Snakk, as you leave this like silent sphere area with Buster, you press that nesting doll up to him. What was the animal in this one? I already forgot.
Did you say squirrel?
I heard squirrel earlier.
It's a squirrel, I thought.
Oh, squirrel is mine.
I just wrote "Gotta catch 'em all" by it. Doesn't
from the estate
Sorry.
sale or whatever.
Yeah, from
Okay.
I don't know if we even specified
what?
what animal it
You
was.
may have just said it was another nesting doll.
Yeah.
Well,
I was thinking I said fox, but
Yeah, make it a
that's
fox.
cute.
I like that.
okay. Now we actually find out if it does anything. You see Buster kind of like shudder, and he like starts to shrink down, and he like gets pulled towards the thing, and then he just like backhands you away from him, and the nesting doll just kind of goes spinning onto the floor, and he just says, "What are you doing?"
Dave is better.
He looks and he says, "Dave, where's Dave?"
He's eating a sandwich. Are you hungry?
He kind of like looks around and squints at you, Snakk, and you maybe there's some kind of recognition there. And then he looks ahead towards where the shield is shimmering, preventing you from going back into the other room, and he says, "Yeah."
Me too.
well, let's get you boys a sandwich. Holly like comes up and she's,
He kind of like startles, and he says,
You, who are you? Who are all of you?
I'm Holly Hyacinth.
he looks at you, Holly, and says,
I know you.
Yeah, I know you, big boy.
You did something. You destroyed Joe's store. I remember the boiler.
You know, really, it was just an accident, and we can get you a new one.
I can top that. I stabbed Joe. He almost died.
Okay.
You see Buster kind of like stand up and like look side to side, and he says,
Joe. Where's Joe?
He's somewhere.
He's got a new dragon friend that he's been hanging out with.
he gets kind of frantic, and he starts like pushing Snakk aside, and he walks up to that shield, and he's just like, "Where's
Joe. I have to get back. Where's Joe?
Oh, he's still on the juice.
Still?
I bet, or something.
The fuck?
That would have run out by now, I think.
Maybe they're just
It's only like a 24-hour jobby.
really in love.
Yeah, we misread the relationship.
Uli, it's your turn in initiative. There is a white glowing beetle that is just ambling around in the grotto.
I'm gonna try and cast banishment on it.
Okay.
It has to make a charisma save.
Okay. 10.
It fails. And then I will
Where'd Beetle go?
hang on to the banishment for a minute. If the creature is from the plane you're on, it comes back after a minute. If it's from a different plane, it goes to where it's supposed to go.
So
Goes to the plane it's from.
Combat is over. You gain 0 experience. You find 0 items.
Way to go, Uli.
Nah, Uli found a spear.
I did. It's
a
pretty
slimy
cool.
spear.
This is when you're like fighting a boss and you destroy the bridge and not the boss.
Yeah.
It like, doesn't give you anything for it.
Good thing you took care of that fast, Uli, because I think the tide's starting to come in.
Oh, shit.
Holly skirts are very wet.
Very astute, yes. The
Is
race,
that what they were supposed to notice?
the race against the clock here is that the tide is rapidly coming in.
Oh my God.
So you see Rin kind of gesture from the other side of the portal to like get your attention. He holds his arms up in waves, and then he like points down at this water that is starting to like slosh over the edge.
Snakk shoots some eldritch bolts at the waves coming in.
Okay, you hit a crab.
Not another aquatic adventure.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. What about this guy?
You got some rope?
I think historically in Lamplight we have tied people up with web.
Yes, that's...
Yeah.
That's fine.
Buster says,
What do you need a web for? What is this?
Well, we do not want you to run away. Your brother misses you very much.
he takes like a big wet hoof stomp in the water and kind of like backs away from you, going deeper into the grotto.
Can I do something?
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn a channel divinity to read his thoughts.
Okay.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
6. Sorry, 8.
Nope.
Okay.
All right. Now I get some surface thoughts, and also I can use suggestion on him for freezies.
Oh, okay. Okay, surface thoughts. Buster is very, very lost. He is pining for Joe. He just wants to find him so that he can know he's doing the right thing. He is thinking about his daily life when Joe was here, He would get up, he would know what to do, he would do his work, and he would go home, and life was more stable than it had ever been for him. After a life of crime, Joe presented him with a way of existing that was under the radar that he could maintain.
It was still crime, but
Yeah, it's just more controlled.
Stable crime.
Yeah.
All right.
crime family.
But Buster is scared, does not recognize or trust any of you.
Okay. For my suggestion spell, I will put my hand on his knee and say, calm down and come with us, please.
Okay, Buster sort of nods his head at you, Bert, and he says,
You can take me to where Joe is.
Something like that.
I guess technically we could.
Okay, yeah. I'll go with you.
Can we tell if the curse is like freed him now? The curse of the beetle.
yeah, Curse of the Beetle is like gone completely.
Okay, just want to make sure.
You can see that Buster is holding on to the scarab that like cursed him in the first place, the little item. So he's just like holding on to that in his offhand.
But
And-
it's mundane now.
It is not mundane. It is still a cursed object. It is still a gate.
Oh.
Is it like the sword where he can't be separated from it? Probably.
Nope.
Definitely.
He's been separated.
But that
from this.
item is still cursed.
Yeah.
Bart, do you think you could ask him to give us the scarab?
I only get one of those. I think we should get moving, and then we can grab that.
Yeah, let's get out of this
Okay.
water.
The trip back is a little bit different. That rigging is now just barely over the surface of the water as you guys climb back. When you exit the underdock into the bright daylight above, Dave is sitting in an alleyway peeling potatoes again. And he kind of stands and like immediately dumps the potatoes on the ground when he sees Buster. And he just says,
You did it.
It was deceptively simple.
He might need some healing. That's not our fault, though.
in the daylight, you can see that Buster's in very rough shape. That eye injury is pretty severe.
I'll give him a second level healing, whatever I got.
Okay.
I could switch my patch over.
Thunderwave.
Thunder, just scream healing at him.
7 hit points.
Yeah, Buster breathes a little sigh, and you can see it's just a couple of his cuts and bruises heal over a little bit, but it does not give him his eye back.
I will switch my patch. And I'll thunder wave him.
Okay.
This better
But
actually
this
work.
also does the usual thunderwave. part,
Just the
right?
healing. Just the healing.
Oh, it's not a
It's a
okay.
healing explosion.
I see.
Thunder all through the night.
I will cast it at a second level.
I want to try to sleight of hand the scarab away from him.
Oh.
18 hit points.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, everybody gets healed for 18 hit points.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, because it's an AoE.
And
I'm
then
a
You're
zero.
welcome.
Holly, make a sleight of hand with advantage.
Also, I have a mustache now.
Wow.
Well, Holly's not good at stealing. We learned today. I know I'll use my last luck point. Why the hell not?
And you have inspiration.
God damn it.
Don't know.
We'll just go 10.
Tim's like, I don't give a fuck. Just
Buster actually got an 8.
Ha ha ha.
Notice.
The
So
luck point was worth it.
during this extremely loud healing wave, you just kind of dip down Holly and grab the scarab out of his hand. He's almost a little startled, and so it's like, he practically dropped it into your hands when you went to grab it. A few moments later, Tandy, Emery, and Todd come running down the alleyway, and they're just like, "What happened? We heard a noise."
We are sheriffs here doing our business.
Oh.
Leave us. Oh, Tandy. Hi, Master Sheriff.
Emery looks at you and says, "That was quick."
No, the Cursebreakers know how to, take care of business. Speaking of Cursebreakers, Bert, can you handle the press here? Let's go over here. And Holly will kind of get him to the back of the alley to help break the curse of the scarab beetle.
All right, people. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Bert's in cop mode.
You're just talking to like Tamry and Tamry,
Tamry.
Whoa.
Tandy and Emery.
I like that name, though.
Ollie, do you think that we should let Snakk give it a go?
I was just going to say that. Snakk, this is like your curse breaking with training wheels right now, okay?
Okay.
Do you guys have a handle on this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Dave.
Okay, good luck.
Snack's first curse break.
All right, I've seen how to do this.
Holly
How do I
sets-
do this?
Holly sets the beetle thing. Is it like a brooch almost?
Yeah,
like
it
a
is.
little piece of jewelry is what it kind of looks like, I imagine. She sets it down on the alleyway floor. Is this like a
Boardwalk still.
boardwalk? Okay. Yeah, and just kind of in a clear space so it's not around anybody or any buildings or anything. All right. The first thing you're going to do is step 1. Are you writing this down, Snakk?
Why are you checking your notes? I thought you knew how to do this.
Snakk?
I'm nervous now because you were supposed to teach me. And what happens if I explode? I aim at this thing. Okay, yes. I'm just gonna shoot an eldritch bolt just to
Nope,
be sure.
nope.
Just to check range.
It won't work.
Oh, okay.
Listen, cursed items can only be destroyed by curse breaking. But if it's a
Or
cursed
if Genie eats it. But
person,
yes.
yeah. Oh, we could feed it to Genie, but he doesn't like eating them anymore. I think. I don't know.
I think he does, but
Okay. Well, anyway, step 1: bait the curse.
Snakk touches his forearm and
Cast the mana flare.
Snakk, you touch the first circle, and that is the mana
this
flare.
one. Yes, of course. Mana flare.
Snakk begins to glow white, something you thought you may never see. It is pulling something from that beetle. It seems Snack's energy is coaxing more curses to come through that gate.
Holly, get the historiscope. I want this recorded.
Okay. Holly pulls it out.
Holly, you pull it out, and when you go to record, it just kind of like pulses a dull red.
Hey, this thing's not working.
Oh no,
Uh,
my memories.
you see faint text within the crystal that says memory full.
The hell? All right. Well, I'll have to figure that out later.
You just had to go through the and
As our parents are trying to mess with the camera.
I don't know what to do next. What?
Snakk, you tap the second circle, and
Second
it is
from me or second closest to you?
second next to the first one.
Okay,
Snakk,
I
you
forgot
are-
which
you
one
are-
I touched.
You are burning alive. You can feel you've lost a third of your health since this has started.
Tap the second
Okay.
circle, the
I touched
middle
it.
one.
I touched it.
That is the disenchant.
Disenchant.
Where do you place the disenchant?
Aim it at the object, Snakk.
Okay. I pointed at the talus, the scarab thing.
Okay. Yeah, you all see the boards around the scarab go black and white, just like in the grotto a second ago. And finally,
And now you
Give
give
it
it all
everything
you
all
got.
Get on. Here we go.
all right, roll an attack
Perfect.
against a stationary object.
I couldn't have gone better.
Natural 20.
Oh my god. Okay, she definitely clipped.
Directly into
that
the
might be
mic.
barely clipped.
See that?
So much
She
worse.
got on other people's microphones.
That was pretty epic, though. Nice. I'm the best Cursebreaker.
Good job, Snakk. Holly's like shaking him as he's like trying to aim the beam at the curse.
All right. So Snakk is like stumbling through this process. He's like almost disenchanted himself, like, is rapidly dying, burning alive from the mana flare. And right when you see him go for the final burst on this to give it all he's got to swing out and destroy the object, he points his fingers down at this thing. And the last thing you hear is Genie going, "Snakk, wait a second." And then this whole area just goes dark. And you see Snakk glowing, the only bright thing in this area. And he releases this beam that's about as wide as he is that annihilates the floorboards, goes through the underdock, and
Okay.
splashes into the water and is boiling the ocean underneath. And you just see this steam like rise out, and you can see almost this like magmatic fiery hue form under the ocean and just die out for a snack.
A snack. A second.
The boardwalk is on fire. The item is just gone completely. At a molecular level, it's gone.
I nudged Tandy and I'm like, that was not me this time.
I pause for a sec, and then Snakk just retches.
I pat him on the back.
I did it.
Good job, Snakk. Great work.
Wow. That's some curse breaking if I've ever seen it.
Well, he did have the best teachers.
Does he have to go through anger management training?
Maybe. But Snakk, your magic is depleted until your short rest. And you are down to just 1 little HP.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Genie kind of like flops out of the lamp, equally as exhausted as Snakk, and you just see him go, and he flops his back onto the boardwalk, and he just says, "You need to tell me when you're going to do that again."
Genie.
He's like reaching up to you, and he goes, "Water."
Yeah, there's lots of water coming. It's actually getting kind of deep now. Genie, I can do that every day. We can do that if we just find cursed items. We can do that.
You can see him start to cry a little bit, and he goes, "Good."
Snakk, you did a very good job, but you look very tired.
And
you.
I pat him on the shoulder and cast Healing Word.
Uli. Dave comes up behind you, and he just says, "Hey, I just wanted to say thank you."
Yes. For the Buster stuff?
Yeah, for the Buster stuff. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey,
I also go ahead.
No, I'm.
So good.
No, you were saying something.
Yeah. Just while you were gone, you weren't there, so Emery and I. No, it's not.
Oh, you're to get.
No, we were talking about like what we want to like. You hear a
Oh no.
as the tankard cracks on your belt, and a white mist moves up towards your face, and Dave's poured emotions settle into you.
No. And the last thing he felt was.
So
I think we can safely call it romantic panic.
Cool.
you saw how Dave looked when he used the tankard to clear his mind and take a break from what he had been doing. And it's not what you expect. You feel so sure and so unanxious. You feel home. When Dave poured his emotions into the tank, he was tired. He didn't know if he'd be able to save his brother after coming so close, but he had also just seen you for the first time in weeks.
No.
And the words didn't come to him then, and they sure as hell aren't coming to him now. But he wanted so badly to tell you that just seeing you made him feel so sure. And that he felt home.
Oh, no. Dave's such a good boy.
Uli, you, of course, grow a new patch. This just depicts Dave's smiling face with a thumbs up and one broken horn. But when you adorn this patch, you become physically a lot more imposing. You grow just by a little bit. Your muscles become even thicker with your huge biceps and arm strength. You have a nose ring, which may or may not be new, and small horns.
Cool.
Dave seems kind of at a loss. He may or may not understand what had just happened, but he kind of stops all of his stuttering, and he's staring at the boardwalk, and then he looks up at you and says, "I know we lead lives that take us all over the place, and we can't settle down
Yes.
yet. I mean,
Yes.
but I want you to know that I want that for us. At least to try. In a real sense, when this is over."
Do you want a kid? I might have a kid.
His eyes are just huge. He says, I mean, we don't have to rush into anything so quickly, but someday, sure, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Cool. Okay.
Holly's like making hand gestures behind Dave's back to Uli, and she's just like, now kiss. And she has like her two hands making little duck faces, and then just like, now kiss. Now kiss.
Tibio uses his spine thing to just like scooch Uli toward Dave.
Sha-la-la-la.
Yeah, I think Dave takes one big stride towards you and reaches out, puts his hands kind of behind your back and pulls you into his chest and just holds you against him and kind of like pats the back of your head.
Okay.
Tough day.
Yeah.
What?
You all had a tough day.
You can barely hear him over like the rumbling of his chest, but he's just like,
I can't thank you enough for helping Buster out of this situation. I don't know what I would have done on my own. The tide was coming in, and I feel like I had failed. Thank you.
I squeeze back and I say, yeah, I think Buster's going to need a little help for a while.
Yeah, about that. I really want to help you all continue this, but Buster needs me right now. I'm going to have to stay in Lamplight for at least a little while.
That's understandable.
Tandy says, does that mean we're free of this thing? And Tandy's got Bidet in tow, like on a leash.
Oh, boy.
Or bidet. Unloved.
Emery walks up and grabs the leash and says, yeah, I'll take him. Come here, guy.
Mr. Emery, does this mean you're coming with us?
Certainly can. I've got a good hold on my old curse situation now.
That's great to hear it. Anything you can teach us about what you've done to beat back your curse could be very valuable.
Actually, I do have some insight for you. We learned some things about the people in Vindorn. They love curses. Like, it's like a popular thing up north.
I was thinking I wanted to ask why you had come back down here when last we heard you were heading that way.
Well, we got to a certain point north and heard that they saw a beetle, but that it was headed back south, so we followed the trail back. But it's kind of making sense now. Listen, when I first met you guys, there was a big influx of cursed items here in Lamplight. You remember that? That's where I got this. And he takes out his greatsword.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Oh, the big sword, yep.
Those were all coming out of Vindorn. They were supplying them. They make them in Vindorn. They manufacture cursed items and distribute them.
Cool.
They must have been using that one outpost as another stop down here.
The cross post.
That's the one.
They don't look at it the same way that we do, though. It's all magic to them. Whether it works as intended or not, they don't see curses as bad things.
That might be because the king is a curse.
They're all under the influence.
It also fits, though, what we know about curses. Emery, you've learned to live with your curse, and we know that not all dead spirits mean us harm.
True, but they should not be here in this way. It is not correct. There is a place for them.
I'd have to agree with you on that. These spirits are not part of the equation. Cursed items, though, I'm changing my mind about a little bit. As long as you know what it does, a cursed item is a magic item. He shows you like this tinderbox, and when he opens it, it just starts sputtering flames everywhere.
Whoa.
He says, it's a perfectly functional tinderbox, you just gotta know how to use it.
I think the creation of these objects is maybe, a little under the table, like not really a good thing.
Extremely problematic.
Yeah, that's it. Extremely problematic.
No offense, Jeannie.
No offense, Tinderbox.
Tinderbox is like, none taken.
Calcifer
Oh,
has entered the
Tandy.
chat.
Oh my god.
I am persuaded by your words, Emery. Where can we get more cursed items?
No.
Vindorn.
Well, we should go there.
They got them by the boatload. But you're right. This is intentional, and it's a bad thing. I'm just saying the people of Vindorn have adapted. They're learning to get along with what's provided to them.
I guess that doesn't entirely surprise me. People are adaptable.
So sounds like we need to head to Vindor next, but didn't we have to do something for your dragons
Oh,
or
yes.
something, Snakk?
Do I have my connection with Idris back?
Yes, as soon as you left that cursed area, it came screaming back.
Yes, we must leave very soon. We must destroy this great dragon.
Yeah, I'm worried that Joe's gonna find us before we find him.
Don't say Joe too loud.
Buster's kind of like turned around and is like staring over at your group.
Different Joe.
Joe.
He just does the like upwards nod and turns around.
Well, I, for one, could use a bit of a rest before we move on. Also, we don't know exactly where we're going.
Did Idris give you any instruction?
Very clear instructions, yes. 3 days north, yes.
That could be anywhere.
And days meaning when the sun is up, and that happens 3 times, and that's how far north we must go.
Thank you, Snakk.
You're welcome, Tibio.
Well, at least we know that either way we must go north.
Yeah, and you were told this by a dragon who can fly?
Yes, Idris.
How long did you take to get to the outskirts of Emery?
We went up the west path, north from Tildry instead of north from here. There were a lot of unfriendly foes. Bidet took a couple of arrows just trying to get there.
Oh, no.
Any dragons that path?
That's what got us to turn back.
What color was it?
Bright red.
That might be the dragon we are looking for.
As in, you're going to take it down?
Well,
Of course. Of course we are.
don't say it too loud, but Joe may have gained some influence over said dragon.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So it is important that we deal with that.
But it's okay. We have a dragon on our side.
That's
We
me.
have Snakk on our side.
No, I thought we had another dragon.
No,
The golden.
not
No,
really.
No, it is me that is in charge. You are all my subordinates, and I am the dragon, and we have this under control.
Well, I thought the whole point of you befriending a golden dragon was so he would help us fight other dragons.
He is helping us with this information we have of where this dragon is located, which
The
is north.
information we could have figured out ourselves.
Yes, well. Yes.
Okay.
Bert, could you not spy upon this dragon? I have its name.
Sure. Well, in fact, I've been meaning to do this. There's more we could learn about Vixie with a little legend lore.
Well, yeah. Why don't we get a spot in the inn, get some lunch? Is it dinner? Get some dinner.
Emery says, that sounds like a good idea. I know a place. You all walk right to Ross the Boss's
Yeah.
Yeah. The only inn.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, we knew. We knew the place too.
When you step in there, you hear a strangely affected voice that says, "It's not about the money. Of course I don't care about the money. It's that we're asking for reasonable accommodations and you can't provide them. This is useless. Say something to him." And you hear another voice say, "We really shouldn't have to put up with this kind of thing. Do you know who we are, where we're from?" And you hear Ross the Boss say, "I'm sorry, I really don't. I don't meet a lot of gnomes, period. Bert, you are
Oh, no.
head to toe with panic
Oh, no.
as you see your parents arguing with Ross.
Yeah, oh, no. I dive underneath Tibio's robe.
Fuck.
At the noise, they both turn around and they say, "Oh, seems the door's blown open. I think we should leave. Take our money elsewhere." Ross just kind of raises his eyebrows like, "Go ahead." And,
Bert is shaking his head yes underneath the robe.
Bert, your dad leans into your mother and says, "I really didn't see many other decent places around here. If we want to sleep on a bed, this might be our only option, darling." She says, "It simply will not. Feather beds? Are you joking?"
Is our psychic
Yes.
T still active?
Yes.
Tibio, no, they can't stay here under any circumstances.
Tibio speaks mentally back at Bert.
What do you mean? Who are they?
Nobody.
Okay.
Natural 20. Do you want to roll a
I'd love
deception?
to.
Yeah.
Do I insight
Yep.
against that?
Natural 19.
13.
Bird is unwilling to tell you who they are.
Do we all hear the T's conversations?
It's up to you guys.
Oh, so he can channel it.
You choose your channels.
Okay. So none of us heard that.
I guess I was just talking to Tibio.
Okay.
Yeah. Bert's gonna get out his quill. Mm-hmm. Dear Ross the boss, if you don't give these two people a room, I'll read your entire story and tell you what I think all about it. Sincerely, Bert.
Okay. Ross continues to talk to them and he says, well, if you decide to change your mind, like I said, it's just 5 silver for the two of you. A single room, I'd assume. Dear. Oh, okay. Oh, Engelbert, Wisherspoon, it's so good to hear from you. Okay.
Is he saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I'm sorry. I don't think I can give you a room. I'm terribly sorry. And they both turn around. Bert, your mother is now like incredulous, and she goes, "What? What? You're not going to give us a room? Are you? This is denial of service. I'm being discriminated against just for being absurdly wealthy." And she like turns around and like gestures to like the two people in the dining area aside from you, and it's just like, "Can you believe this? Tell somebody." And then she starts like shaking your father, and she's like, "Roger, tell somebody." Roger is staring at Ross the boss.
Tibia, what's going on out there?
They are very anxious.
Did you say Engelbert Wisherspoon? Oh yeah, he's an old contact of mine. He's a great guy. He seems to know you're here, though. Hold on. He like looks behind them and sees the rest of you, and he goes, "Hey guys, have you seen Bert?"
He's right here. He's hiding behind Tibi.
No, there is no Bert here.
Yeah, I don't. Who's Bert?
There is no Bert.
And Tibio is doing big arms, big power stance. Very awkward. Super awkward.
I forgot Bert's not there. He's dead. Yes.
No, he is not dead.
We're
He
not
is-
sure. We left him
He
where
is
we've.
also not here.
I think you're talking about Turt.
Turt is our friend. Wait, Turt?
What? No, he was just here a moment ago. I don't know where he went, though. Holly's like looking around for Bert.
They
We just blasted so many deceptions. There's nothing you can do, Tim. Like, what?
They just the two of them actually hold hands for a second, and then you see both of their eyes just glow an intense green, and you can see that like their clothes are like lifting off their body a little bit, and then they release their hands from each other and they say, "Engelbert, why don't you say hi?"
I'm going to try to stealth out of the robes. That looks like I was just like somewhere behind Tibio.
Okay.
Yes. I got a 2. That's what I was hoping for.
Okay.
So I try to stealth out.
so
and get
as
a
he
2.
tries to stealth out, Tibio is also trying to stealth him out.
Okay. Yeah. So Tibio, you like turn around and are like
My spines are
you're
like,
like straddle walking, so that Bert has a bunch of space under there to stay hidden.
Yeah.
And as you like exit out the door, Bert is like creeping forward into the room and just like comes out from under your robes and is looking up at his parents who are looking down at him.
Oh. Hey, you didn't tell me you were in town?
Engelbert, how's my special little boy?
Oh boy.
Well, pretty good. Very busy, though. You know, the 5 of us, we're all adventurers.
That sounds very interesting. You should tell us all about it for a long time. And then your father says, "We actually have some business here, Engelbert, and we were hoping you could help."
Well, I'll do what I can. I'm surprised you have business here in Lamplight, of all places.
Your mother says, not here. No. No. And then your father says, "Right, it's actually just a little bit outside of town, a little bit north of here. You see, well, let's get somewhere to talk, Bert."
Sorry. I think there's been a mistake. You have to go through his secretary. And I point to Holly.
"And who are you?"
I'm his bodyguard.
She like looks you up and down.
And I look as intimidating as I can.
She looks you up and down again. Her eyes flash green. She goes, I'm deathless, you know.
Don't know what that means, but I don't like your eyes. Back up, please, ma'am.
What?
She's like staring at you and backs up a little bit.
What kind of sense am I getting from them?
That they are illegal. They cannot exist, and it's
I'm offended.
It's part of your responsibility to make sure this kind of stuff doesn't happen. Their souls are stayed from undeath.
Bert, who are these people? You know them?
And why are you traveling with the Grim Reaper?
Bert,
Oh, these are my parents.
Bert, you told me your parents,
I did.
but look at them, Bert.
Well, I did not lie to you, Tibio.
Can somebody please say something? This is terribly awkward.
Back up, ma'am.
No, it's fine.
We would like to speak with our son in private.
It's fine. I'll go talk with him.
Thank you.
You guys just book us a room, and Ross will get some bacon going, and it'll be fine.
Ross goes, oh, sure.
My skeleton is like trembling. The whole thing is trembling, and I'm trembling.
Yeah.
Yes, master. Snakk does a deep bow to Bert.
Wow. Okay. As the three of them walk away, you can hear Bert's mother say something like, Bert, it's good that you've got friends, but parties are supposed to be balanced. You don't need to travel with 4 rogues.
All right, that was kind of a good zinger, Mom.
Bert, they shuffle off with you, and they get right into the heart of the matter. They don't actually give a shit what you've been up to.
Classic parents, right?
They stumble immediately.
Who from high school died?
Yeah. So they just say, how have you been? How are these new hirelings?
Oh, well, they've been great. We've been through all sorts of crazy stuff, and I've been writing this book about it. You can read all about it.
Yes, actually, a note on that, Bert. You haven't been dipping into the family account, have you? We noticed a little bit of movement in our accounts, and we were wondering if that was you.
No, I haven't.
Bert, if you need money, you can just talk to us. You don't have to
I know.
forge signatures.
We've been fine. Look, it's just we've been finding troves of gold, treasures.
I'm
We've got a
sure.
dragon with us. He loves gold.
Roger, give him some money. Anyway, Bert, we're here because, well, we've been the target of an attack. Yes, we've been victimized. Your father and I rely on very special artifacts. Your father just says, they're called phylacteries, dear.
Yeah, I know all about it.
Well,
I read the brochures.
They hold hands again, and your mother says, we hid ours where we took our honeymoon. It was a beautiful little grotto not far from here, just a bit to the north. She kind of like gets dreamy-eyed and stares off at your father, and your father says, well, we spent the whole day skinny dipping and smoking and drinking.
All right, you can skip ahead a little bit, I think.
And then your mother smiles and says, and then on the beach.
No.
And then they kind of stop talking for a while and stare at each other.
Yeah,
And then-
so you said you're in trouble?
Oh, yes.
Victimized?
Sorry. Yes.
I feel like I'm the one victimized.
So for our phylacteries, we chose, some of our favorite possessions. You know your father's fondness for emeralds.
Sure.
So, we tucked them into a little keepsake box along with your father's class ring, and we pushed it into a tiny waterfall and assumed nobody would ever find them. But no! It really seems like there are just adventurers out there looting and pillaging every square corner of the world.
2 emeralds, you say?
But it's not like you're thinking, Bert. It can't just be any emeralds. You have to get our emeralds, our phylacteries.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Do you understand? It's a pretty complicated magical process.
No, I get it.
The phylacteries, it's like... And he's just kind of lost trying to explain something that you already understand.
Yeah. Can I ask Advogame what happened to those emeralds?
I sold one so that you could have money to buy scrying tools
Yeah.
At the Fey Trader.
at the Fey Trader.
Oh no.
And the
Is that
other
where it
one-
was? The
I
Fey
think
Trader?
we gave the other one to Maisie.
Yep.
Okay. Maisie
like a college
Maisie had
fund.
both, right?
Yeah.
And then,
And Maisie gave me back one.
Yep.
okay.
Great.
Cool.
In any case, we were going to go back to the swimming hole to check again tomorrow, just to be doubly sure, but...
I think I know a swimming hole north of here. Holly, could you come in here a second?
Yep.
Could you bring up the swimming hole on the
Historiscope?
the historiscope? Thank you. Could you bring up that for
Sure.
old mom and pop here?
Bert, aside to Bert. Bert, do we need to help them? Are they safe?
It's all under control, Holly.
I don't trust you at all.
Bert style.
Okay. Holly stops talking to Bert and then does the projection of the historiscope to show the swimming hole.
Yeah. For the millionth time. you see Uli's naked butt immediately. Just like, it's pretty much like full frame, and then she runs away and jumps into
Oh,
the thing.
right.
Yeah.
It's like perfectly shiny and round.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know how you guys feel about nudity.
Your mother's
In
just like,
movies.
oh.
Is this the swimming hole?
Your mother blushes and nods. And then she leans in closely at the projection and points to Maisie climbing into the waterfall. And she says, "Who is that ratty little bitch?"
Oh my god.
Mother.
Holly stops the projection. She's like, nope, that's the end of it. I don't know who that girl is.
Thank you, Holly.
So you
That is
do
all.
know where these are, don't you?
Well, thank you, Holly. That will be all.
Know where what are, Bert?
Thank you, Holly.
Our belongings. You took them.
I took them.
Those were ours.
Excuse me.
No, hold on here. We'll go to the watering hole and we'll get them for you. And then we will go our separate ways.
Holly's just looking really like quizzically at Bert and then looks back at his parents and then back at Bert again. Is just like, what?
Your mother says, "We don't have time to wait around for you to figure out what to do, Engelbert. Why is it always delays with you? Your father and I are going back to our chateau in Vindorn. You will take the emeralds there."
So you finally got that place in Vindorn, huh?
We did, and we found a nice deal.
I
Not that you'd even appreciate the finer aspects of it.
bet you did. Well, we happen to be headed toward Vindorn ourselves, so...
Excellent. Then you can bring them by in a few days. Thank you.
Emeralds.
I don't know why I have to beg for everything from you, Engelbert.
It's a mystery.
Roger kind of like pats you on the shoulder and he just says, "Hang in there."
Thanks, Dad.
She takes a second, looks back up at Ross and says, "We won't be staying here after all. Thank you and goodbye."
Good riddance.
They give you one little like flash of emerald eyes, Uli, and then they depart.
All right, who wants bacon? Bacon time.
Bert,
Hold
Let's
up.
get the bacon. Bring
Who are
in
they?
home the bacon.
Bert,
Huh?
Who were they?
Who were...
They're Bert's parents.
Oh, yeah.
they are
Yep,
very,
she got it.
very wrong.
I'm no offense.
Yeah.
Like really no offense, and I'm no stranger to family troubles, but
Yeah.
I do not like those people.
Bert, they should not
Oh, they were
exist.
kind of rude. Yeah, I agree, Tibio.
No,
Just kind of
Bert.
rude.
Oh, Bert, this is very bad.
I mean, they're gone now. It's not so bad.
Oh, no, they should not be here at all.
Yeah, they should probably just stay in Vindorn.
Oh, Bert, oh, no, 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 it is very bad.
And Tibio's like pacing around the inn, like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Tibio.
Tibio, they were like pretty entitled and rude, but I don't think you can call for death.
You do not understand. They are so far past dead. It is. Oh, no, 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 no.
I mean,
You really don't like them, I guess.
that's kind of extreme, Tibio. I mean, look at Bidet. It's
Bert, you know what they have done.
Yeah, Tibio, I know.
Bert, it is unfathomable.
What'd they do, and why were they so interested in
It
Maisie?
is a crime against nature.
What do they want with Maisie?
I don't think making Bert is a crime against nature, Tibio.
Oh, no.
That was quite rude. to
Tibio is
say.
just like nodding to everything that everyone says and really is focused on Bert. And like, you see this, right? You know this is bad.
All right, I'll spill the beans. My parents that you've just met, they're what you would know as liches. Do you know about them?
Tibio's rocking back and forth, sitting on the floor.
What?
I don't know what that is.
Oh dear.
It's a deal where you kind of cast off your life to form kind of an undead pact where you can never die, and your life essence exists in some sort of magical object,
Okay.
which is important. I'll get to that later.
So it's like
It is-
curses.
It is evil. It is so wrong. It is very bad.
I mean, I'm not a fan either, Tibio.
Oh, no. I do not want
So
to.
what's the difference between that and dying and coming back in an object?
Well, they never died per se, at least the normal way.
Gross. Okay.
It's like they never passed through that gateway, I guess, and rather just...
They have set themselves apart from it. It is the utmost wrong.
Yeah, I get it, Tibio.
Emery is at the bar, just kind of sitting and listening to everything, and he just like shovels a bunch of peanuts into his mouth and goes, "Damn."
Well, why were you talking about Maisie?
Well, they were really interested in the video of the spring that we used to swim at, or that one time.
You showed them that?
Everyone wants to see it.
Oh,
It's a hot vid this
Yeah, they saw it. Well, remember the magical objects I was telling you about that they put their life force into?
Yeah.
We may have come across those already on our travels.
What do you mean?
The
It's-
box we found under the waterfall.
Yeah, it's-
Maisie found.
It's those two emeralds.
Oh.
Maisie still has one.
Maisie still has one.
We must steal from Maisie yet again.
That's her college fund. How am I going to send her to college?
The other one,
College can be free in this world, okay?
the other one,
I sold that.
yeah, that should be. Well, it was in the Fey Trader. I don't know how much those things circulate.
It could be in the Fey realms now.
Why do we need to help them? Are they like still your parents? Or are they
Maisie should not be anywhere near anything that has touched them.
Yeah, I don't think they're a danger to other people.
They are a danger to life and death.
Tibio, just eat some bacon.
You know I will not touch bacon.
Crackers? Fish crackers?
Tibio's just shaking his head and rocking back and forth. And like,
No.
Holly walks up to the bar and gestures with two fingers at the bartender.
He gives you 2 strips of bacon.
Holly,
Slides them down the bar.
Holly eats the 2 strips of bacon and then makes a little shot glass, some like shape with her hand, and then does 2 fingers.
Yeah, he slides that down too.
She gives one to Tibio.
Tibio tosses it back.
I don't get one.
And then Holly looks at her other shot glass and then she gives the second one to Tibio too.
He tosses that one back too.
You just hear Emery go, and he's just spitting out peanut shells. And he says, "Are they like higher ups in Vindorn or?"
I mean, I suppose if Vindorn has any sort of high society, then they belong to that.
They do indeed. Vindorn sucks right now. But it doesn't suck for the elite. It's better than it's ever been for them. All of the resources are going funneled upwards.
So if we were to maybe seek an audience with people close to Orzo,
That might get you places.
You okay, bud?
All right. Yeah. Got it.
Tibio stands up. His courage has been gathered and slaps Emery on the back a little bit.
Bert,
Yes, Tibio?
what your parents have done is an affront. I am so sorry, but things cannot stand like this.
Well, what are you saying, Tibio?
Bert, their very presence is wrong.
Well,
I have a responsibility.
Tibio, I don't agree with it either, but they're my parents.
I know.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Maybe we can find some other way.
Emery goes, heavy, and he stands up from the bar. You guys should get some rest. Sounds like we got to travel a lot soon. Good night.
Maybe there's something else we can do. Maybe we can figure it out on the way.
You know what? I think we need to drink a little bit more. And Holly gestures at the bartender and asks beers for everybody.
I mean, we've figured out how to separate people from curses, and they still live. Like, maybe we could. I mean,
I don't know. Everything I've ever heard about liches, it's kind of like you sold your soul. Like it's gone. Like you
what
don't
if you like
get it back.
buy it back?
I think that's part of the deal is like you're no longer yourself.
I've always thought it was pretty permanent unless something happens to the phylactery.
And then poof.
So
Yeah, poof.
why didn't they just hold on to these items? Why did they hide them?
Most liches, especially those who are not combat able, tend to hide them for safety rather than keep them on their person.
Interesting.
They offered this whole deal to me too once,
Did you ever consider it?
It was a hard pass for me.
Never buy a timeshare.
In your own body. Ross says, are you all getting rooms for tonight, or what's the plan?
Yeah, we're getting
yes.
rooms.
Yeah, do you have any rooms, Ross, the boss?
Always.
Awesome. Also, another beer, please.
Ross, I have to take a rain check on what I said about your story.
As you're kind of like gesturing to him, talking to him, he's already got the manuscript in his hands, and he's like bringing it above the counter. And then like when you say you can't look at it, he just like shoves it in a drawer and slams it, and he goes, "Yeah, of course, yeah, no, don't worry about it. It's not."
Actually, you know what, Ross? No, it'll help me take my mind off of things. It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Okay, well, listen, the first act is kind of wishy-washy, so just power through that part of it. And listen, the main character, tell me if you get this from the writing, but it's supposed to be me, but it's like I put a ton of distance. My name is Ross, and the character's name is similar but not the same. And just let me know how it all.
All right, I'm going to take this up to my room, and we can talk more about murdering my parents in the morning. Good night.
I mean, that's a little morbid.
They're not even your parents anymore.
Tibio has poured himself another drink and has drunk it.
They're just so like some big powerful, undead people now.
I think it's only fair if we kill Bert's parents that we kill Tibio's too.
Tibio, Snakk, you sound way too sober. Have some more.
I asked for cocoa. I tossed the beer on the ground. I don't want that.
Hey.
I mean, I don't think we should kill everyone's parents.
Well, we definitely aren't killing yours. They're way too strong.
Yeah, they are. They're
I'm
very
afraid.
strong.
I'm afraid of them.
Your father taught me one chord on the lute.
One.
No. Two.
What?
2 chords.
No. Trois.
Wow.
I don't want to kill his parents.
It's gonna be okay, Tibio.
Tibio stumbles up to a room and goes to bed.
Todd was in the bar when you were saying that, when you were like, I don't want to kill his parents. And Todd was just like, what in the heck?
Maybe we don't have to. He's the king of death, yeah? He could just send him back.
I don't know. I mean, a lot gets solved over a beer, but I don't think we're gonna solve this one, Uli.
You just smash them. And then
The
it's up in
liches?
the air. Yeah, smash.
I mean, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, we could do this while they're both going to bed, and it's all done by the morning.
I don't want to go to bed. I'm too tired.
Holly is asleep on the bar top. She passed out.
Beautiful.
Another round?
Thanks so much for listening. I'm Tim, your DM and your genie.
I'm Hannah, playing Holly Hyacinth.
I'm Thomas. I play Engelbert F.F. Wisherspoon.
I'm Tara, and I play Tibio Famur.
I'm John. I play Snakk the Kobold.
And I'm Maggie, playing Uli.
Oh, hello. How are you? What was that? Oh, you can find this podcast on Instagram and Twitter at bebop_podcast. Oh, and you can rate and review it wherever you listen to podcasts. Oh, and you can support the podcasters by going to buymeacoffee.com/bebop. I don't know what any of that means.